we need to talk about Castorice because I've been seeing so many fucking comments everywhere on YouTube and whatnot of how Castorice's ability, just the ability itself, could be broken, how it should have a toggle, how it's going to make the game easier. So, for those not in the know, 3.2 for Honkai Star Rail is coming out very soon. And they have a brand new character releasing called Castorice, who's a Quantum Remembrance character. What is Remembrance? Well, Remembrance is basically whatever the fuck path Hoyoverse wants to make the character, plus have a summon. So, for instance, the MC is a Remembrance, basically Harmony unit, because Remembrance MC can buff allies. Aglaya, one of the newest 5-star characters from Amphorius, is more akin to a destruction unit, as in can hit 2 to 3 enemies. Castorice seems to be destruction, erudition, harmony, and abundance. So, what players are freaking out over is her passive, which is a global passive. Basically, what she does is she allows your entire party, I believe, to cheat death once. So if they take a certain amount of damage that would, KO them instantly, then they are provided with a cocoon of sorts. And the cocoon gets removed as long as you provide healing with an abundance or provide a shield with a character. And then the cocoon gets removed. And it's a once per battle type of thing. Now, to the intelligent, that's not that bad. It's a good ability. It's very well balanced. It's on par for how strong the limited character's abilities are. And it's basically like Bailu's ability, but you have to have a character heal or shield you before your next turn goes. However, the thing that's worth freaking out over is the fact that that ability can be used even if Castorice is on the team. That is where the broken aspect for her ability comes into play. Her ability itself isn't broken. It's broken because you can use it without her on the team. As long as you have her on your account, even at level fucking 1, you do not need to invest any materials into her if you don't need to or want to. She will provide the buff for your teammates. And that is fucking busted. It is a global passive. Now, to the morons that are saying, oh, well, you shouldn't just get killed, or it's the endgame content, you shouldn't be dying regardless. You don't understand jack shit about gacha games, do you? You don't understand that enemies power creep each other, do you? You don't understand that boss enemies, especially, can have attacks that can one-shot you. You don't understand that enemies can go twice before you, attack once, and then attack again, and then kill your unit. Because you can't do anything to stop it. And by the way, there is no skill in Star Rail. There isn't. So you can't prevent that as easily. Unless if you break the enemy fast enough with god tier level artifacts. Well, relics and planar ornaments, I should say. Now, toggling the ability on and off wouldn't help the situation either. Because the issue is still there, right? And to the people that are going to be saying, oh, it's going to make the game too easy. No, it's not. If anything, it's just a recipe for disaster to make the game way harder for people, especially for people like myself who don't plan on pulling for Castorice. I'm not pulling for Castorice not because of her global passive and to say, fuck you, Hoyo. I'm not pulling for Castorice because I want Rappa instead. But that's besides the point. What needs to be done is to remove it from being a global passive and just have it be an ability that she can use when she's in the team. That would fix every fucking issue that is currently there for Castorice. It being a toggle does not help the situation, and because her ability will not make the game easier. It will make the game harder because enemies will hit harder. And you will have to need to pull for this character to cheat death once so you can still play the game. Because, keep in mind too, Hoyo is known to do bullshit like this. Hoyo is known to also inflate the HP of their enemies, and known to give them ridiculous fucking attacks that if you don't stop in time, you're fucked. But guess what? You couldn't stop it in time to begin with in your first round of things. So you're gonna get hit hard. And that's some bullshit. So the only realistic way for this to be fixed before she comes out is to remove it from being a global passive instead. And instead have it being an in-battle ability like Baidu, where once per battle she can revive you. I don't mind that it can be used in endgame content. I'm happy that it can be used in endgame content. Otherwise, what's the fucking point of it? I just think the global passive needs to be just a passive. Because that would solve every issue. And once more, to the idiots in the back that are saying that it's a non issue because you should just not be dying in the first place, you don't get it. We're not talking about her passive in general. We're talking about it being a global passive. This opens a bunch of doors for not only Hoyoverse, but for other gacha companies to release characters that have global passives. That so long as this character is on your account, you get this ability. Limited 5-star, by the way, as well. The issue would be sort of fixed if she would be added to standard banner. But even then, it's still a global passive. So if you don't have Castorice or didn't get Castorice yet, you're just fucked. And that's not a good thing. Where the outcry isn't for her passive in general, it's the fact that it's a global passive. And that future characters can also have global passives. And other gacha companies as well. Too Long Didn't Watch, Castorice's global passive needs to not be a global passive and it just be a passive. And the issue isn't her ability in general, it's that it opens doors for other companies and future characters to be released to also have global passives. That's the crux of the issue. That is the thing that we need to talk about. That is the problem child that needs to be solved before she gets released. I've been Kishi, and I'll see you next time.